DC person, but we spent a lot of time in California for a while.
Is that a military thing?
No, just a crazy husband thing. Which is why I was like, I need to retire my husband because I'm over this moving thing. So
Now, did this is gonna be like a backhanded compliment, but we talked out at Summit, did we not? Outside the morning meltdown?
yeah.
Okay, so I didn't. Full disclosure, it didn't click in till after. Like, okay, because and my team can testify. I don't follow anybody. I don't.
You shouldn't.
Like, I don't know who most people are until and I was like, oh my God, that was Holly. And then, and so
Yeah.
hands up, just for people here, hands up if you knew Jamie and Kim got invited to the top 10 trip. Yeah, almost everybody but me. I didn't know until last night when I was with Jamie at my nephew's hockey game, and he knows. He's like, oh, by the way, we got invited. He goes, I know you don't see anything we do. And it's just, that's how little I follow everybody. So,
and that's what you should do. That's exactly right. Like,
I know. And it's like, I couldn't tell you the difference between, I don't even know who got pregnant and why they're not going. So
good.
Who did, by the way? See, good. You don't know either.
I swear I'm kind of like you. Oh, Kelsey Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelsey Hill.
Cool.
So, but there's other pregnant people too, which is why I had to like think through that. But
I know. Anyway, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Holly get right into this. You've got a lot of respect from these guys as a person, as a business owner, and as a coach, probably in that order, which I love. So they're pretty excited. I know some of them have seen your speech from leadership. And again, I'll be honest, I was so nervous. I think I was one of the last people before Carl, and I don't even remember what happened before that because I was terrified to go up there. So I've seen it on YouTube, but I know a lot of these people have. So one of the reasons I wanted Holly on here is because obviously if you're hitting number 2, you're onboarding a lot of coaches. And when I asked her, she's like, oh, but it's really simple. It's not that complicated. And I'm like, exactly. That's why I need you to explain to people it's not that complicated, because if you're new, you don't know what you're doing. And if you're a veteran, you're not sure if you're doing it right. Because if you think, let's say you're a parent with 10 kids and your goal is to get your kids to university and only 1 out of 10 is making it to university, you think, okay, I must be doing something wrong, right? Well, no. So Holly, I'm just going to let you kind of go at it. And again, thanks so much for coming on and explaining exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be here. And Mike really came onto my radar at Summit, actually. When I went to the male, like the guy panel with my husband, and just loved his talk. We just had a guy join our team yesterday. I did a call and I literally sent him like the male coaching panel from Summit. So good. But yeah, when Mike was like, talk about onboarding, I was like, oh my gosh, they are going to be so underwhelmed by what I do because it's so simple. But I think that may be the beauty in this business. And when we all get in our head, like in every step of the process, like this business is simple. So I think first off, before anyone even joins my team, the expectation has been set that I look for business builders, and I'm looking for, I am looking for those people who want to work. So when I am like publicly recruiting, like every single day on my stories, I say, I am looking for women who are willing to work, who want to build 6-7 figure businesses. I'm looking, I literally just yesterday said, I know a lot of people say you can build a top business in an hour a day. I'm not looking for someone to build a business in an hour a day. I'm looking for someone who's willing to get up and hustle with me, in my mornings, at night. Like, so when I sign coaches, there's no expectation of like, oh, I'm just going to come in and like dabble a little and put one post up and make $1 million. Like the expectation is you're going to come in and you're going to work and you're going to show up every single day. So I think that just recruiting piece and setting the expectation before they even sign up with me is really, really important. You need to ask for the people that you want. And even before that, you need to know what people you want, right? Like all the way back to like, who is your avatar? And you need to talk to them so specifically. So once they sign up, and I actually ask them, I have an application, like, fill an application to join the team. And one of the things is what is your like financial goal? And so it's like, oh, I just want to be a part-time coach. I want to be a full-time coach earning like $50,000 a year. I want to be a 6-figure earner, top 10 coach beside you. And like over now at this point, like 90% of my people say like, I want to be a 6-figure earning top 10 coach. So I think that also goes to show that like what you talk about is what you attract. And that's who I want to work with. So once they sign up and they are a coach, I send them a welcome email. And I was like, I'm going to pull this welcome email up. And in the welcome email, it says, welcome to the team. Can't wait to work with you. Please take a moment to view this video. It's a 5-minute just welcome video. Hey, here's what our team's about. Here's just the basics. And really it kind of just walks them through like this email, just so I know that they're kind of hearing it in another way, but it's putting my face in front of them. But it's bam, 3 minutes, watch this, get excited to be on the team. Then I link them to our New Coach Academy, which is an online website, and I'll walk through that as well. But it's just I just use Thinkific as the platform, totally free, and it is a 2-week, which it's like 14 different days, one quick assignment per day, and they can go through it as quickly or slowly as they want, but it's set out for like 2 weeks. So that's like step 1, go to our New Coach Academy. Step 2, get on our team page. I just put a link to the team page. Step 3, make sure to join our team. So I have a second group, which is like a new coaches group. That group, I'll tell you guys, our team page is so active, which is why I created this like new coaches group. But as there become like more and more groups, I actually don't utilize that group all that much. So I might kind of do away with that. But what I do utilize is a like new coach chat pod. So every single month, I have a chat thread with those new coaches. So I've got like my January 2020 new coaches, I'll have February, and they're each in their own pod. So it automatically kind of creates like a success partner pod system for those coaches. So I do have our new coach team page, but that I don't see as much engagement and success in as our larger team page and then like a chat thread. And then I tell them, get in a challenge group and how to do that. And upload a photo for your new coach announcement and go by the Slide Edge. And that's it. And welcome to the team. Like, so simple. Video, New Coach Academy, team page, challenge group, personal development. So like, it's just kind of getting them set up with like ready for vital behaviors. We're going to be being a product of the product, personal development. You're going to have this community to help train you. So then hopefully they go through that and I get them in the new coach training. So in the new coach training, I have like a setting up your business. So super simple, right? We need to set up our website, direct deposit, how to create custom links and use share a cart, when our calls are, right? When our team calls, just general announcements like that. And then resources, let me click on this. What is this? Oh, nothing. This is literally telling them as a new coach, you're your own boss and a business owner. Shift your mindset from, you need to shift to the mindset of a CEO. We're going to supply you tools, but do your research, use Google. Here's the Beachbody FAQs. Check out, the team page. So it's also from this setting up your business point of like, yes, I'm giving you all this incredible training, but like be empowered to be your own CEO and don't come ask me everything. And I think that's important. If you guys are really looking to scale your businesses, one thing that I learned was like, I cannot my top coaches never needed hand holding. If you're on this call at like 8:30 or earlier on a Saturday morning, you most likely don't need hand-holding in your business. And the coaches that need like crazy hand-holding are not going to be your top coaches. So I just want to empower them from the beginning. Then I go into, okay, week 1, welcome to the team. This is it's a 30-minute video that I did. And again, it kind of goes through challenge groups. It's almost like a getting started right call. The most important thing in this call, really the only thing that matters, because the rest is just the same training that everyone else gets, is that I tell them, and then I have them email me back their goals. But the critical part is, this is a brand new coach. They have no idea what their goals should be, right? Day 1, so I say, we're gonna set your first 3-month goals. Every month, you're gonna hit Success Club. They don't really know what Success Club is, but I tell them, listen, we're just gonna help 3 people a month. You said you want to build a big business, let's help 3 people a month. That's it. Okay, that shouldn't be overwhelming. Great. So that's month 1, Success Club and Emerald. And I let them know, listen, we're gonna sign those 3 people up for the discount. So we're gonna get them signed up exactly how you signed up. No need to overcomplicate it. Get you more details on that later. But month 1, you hit Success Club, you hit Emerald. Month 2, we're continuing to add. We're going to hit Success Club so that in month 3, we can hit Diamond. I get so many coaches like, oh my gosh, like how do you get people hitting Diamond in 90 days? Because I tell them to. Because when they sign up, Diamond is not a big deal. And it's not a big deal. So the minimum Success Club, and we get into this too, like when we start talking about Diamond more just on our team page and how we're going to build to Diamond. And we definitely sign with discount coaches. I mean, I will say that I know some teams do not sign with discount coaches. But I tell them, if you hit Success Club 10. So again, when people are coming to say, I want to be top 10, I'm like, okay, then we're going to hit Success Club 10. I mean, 5 people, you want to build $1 million business. That's just silly. So you find 5 people in your first 3 months, that's 15 coaches. Diamond, if you look at it just in numbers, is only 12. So you want to build a top business. So you're going to find 5 people to join you, and you're going to sign those discount coaches, and we're going to hit diamonds. And then I ask them, so what are your goals? These are the goals that my business builders hit. These are the goals I'm going to work with you. Are these what you want? Everyone, 99.9% of people email me back, here are my goals. Success Club, month 1, 2, 3. Emerald month 1, Diamond by month 3. They don't know any different. And so that expectation is just set up front. And then how do we get there? We just do the vitals. So then we go through, I ask them to send me their why, have their big vision in front of them, because we know it gets hard. If that why is not big enough, they're just going to quit. We talk about, I have them do their coming out posts, right? And give them some examples of coming out posts. I don't love giving examples of coming out posts. I tell them that all the time because it needs to be their personal story, right? And so I talk a little bit about they need to share a story. And even if they don't have a transformation, if they just come to you and say, listen, I want to build a business, I haven't done Beachbody in the past, their coming out post needs to be their story of either why they've decided to embark on a health and fitness journey, or why they're starting this as a business. So sharing that why within that social media post and coming out post. The next day we do overcoming objections, because they're going to do that coming out post, right? And then I want to make sure before we start inviting, they just have some scripts in place for overcoming those objections. The next one is they want more info, now what? And this video is actually with Jamie and Kim, and it is a video from the Dynasty Invite Surge. And so they just talk about relationship building, how they're connecting with people. Once people are saying, oh my gosh, this is amazing, how do we move forward? And then going through creating an invite list. So, I mean, it's all so simple, right? It's week 1. We're going to do a coming out post. I want you to go through your Facebook list, because I still believe that Facebook is where, for my coaches, that is still warm market. If they are refusing to use Facebook, that is out of fear. not because they don't have a market there, because I believe that is where most of my people are, where market starts. And so I tell them, just disconnect from emotion, right? Like in this part, in this inviting, like writing our list, disconnect from emotion and start going through alphabetically on Facebook. Don't like pick and choose like your best friends. Like, where are my A's? Like my girl, I only really invite girls. Like, where are the girls that are A, B, C, D? And just write down their names and make your list of at least 100 people. And then there's like a bonus one on power hour and tracking. And then week 2, we move into inviting. And again, most of my coaches are starting to invite in week 1 because they're doing their coming out posts. And then we're talking about, and a lot of this will happen. So they'll do their coming out post. They're like, people are interested, now what? And that's when we move them to the Jamie and Kim video. And coaches can get a little overwhelmed. Like, well, I don't know how to sign people up. And a lot of this is within our chat thread, right? And that's why I think it's really important to have that new coach chat thread, because they feel like they can just quickly ask questions there to kind of fill in the gaps. Because I think that's where we start getting really concerned in new coach training. Like, every gap has to be filled in. Every gap doesn't have to be filled in. It's the basics: coming out, objections, giving them info, inviting. And I pretty much tell them, listen, whatever challenge pack you signed up with, just sign people up with that. Or whatever challenge pack is on sale this month, that's what we're going to sign them up with. Because it's usually the best deal. Like, Bar Blend is the best deal right now. Why would I have them buy anything else? So I also make that very simple from them from the beginning. Like, you're inviting people on more info. Here's what you're going to sign them up with. And then we get into personal development. There is a video on your monthly marketing plan. I believe this is the Melanie Mitchell video. Yep. And so that is very much, we're going to run, for me, this is how I did my business. And this is how Melanie taught. It was like free group, week 1, week 3, you're starting your challenge group, week 4 is a sneak peek. So just getting them in that mindset of like, we're going to be inviting to different things. We're going to kind of create this funnel of free value, move them into a challenge group, and then we're going to be talking about coaching. And I really want that like sneak peek into coaching part on there, just to get them start, thinking about coaching. Because the sooner you start talking about coaching, the sooner you start recruiting coaches. And then your first challenge group, which I always co-host with them. But again, in here, I'm giving them like the challenge group posting guides from Beachbody, a little tutorial on Challenge Tracker. And then we go into Success Club, more details on Success Club. But again, that very first video that I did is really like a getting started right call. So if they watch that 30-minute call, they already know what Success Club is. They've heard these terms. So these little kind of segments just go a little bit deeper into that video. And then we talk about a spouse account or a controlled account, and then breaking into your cold market. There is a whole section on like additional social media training. So one thing that I am just super passionate about, I mean, everyone is, because it's your business, is knowing your avatar, knowing your brand. So those are 2 different things. I mean, your avatar is part of your brand, but really knowing your avatar, your brand, your stories, being able to be that storyteller. And then there's some things. So my additional social media trainings are defining your brand, telling your story, Instagram stories training, and then like, I even moved it to basics. I was like, it was an Instagram basics training, but I moved that into draft because it was too basic. Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, for sure.
Just because sorry, and I'm cutting in and out because I think my kids are watching Netflix. Social media training for me is probably the toughest one. Because somebody can want it, somebody can do all the stuff, but you can't necessarily teach, what do you call it? Taste, graphics, like the look, how to take, I mean, you can tell somebody over and over again, please walk to a window and take a picture, but how do you, is that just something that you give it to them and you hope they see it? Or do you go much deeper into like how to, that part of the social media?
Yeah. So with Facebook, like the less perfect really is better, right? That's like, I'm the normal people. The influencers aren't over on Facebook, right? The influencers are over on Instagram. The perfect feeds are on Instagram. So this is also why I'm telling my girls, like, listen, start on Facebook, because your warm market, if you all of a sudden went from like a picture of your kid in your living room to like your children matching perfectly sitting on your front steps, like they'd be like, what is it? Like you can stay you and slowly evolve and have more time to learn those skills over on Facebook. And again, on Facebook too, I mean, I get some of my great photos, like I'll get good engagement, but even like on my business page, like people really, they still want to see that more like real raw side. And two, if you think about it, one of the concerns people get with like Facebook is like, oh, like, it's, people are weirder about accepting friend requests, right? It's more of like their family and like this is their living room. And so they just want more real and raw in there. So I think that for me telling them, listen, start on Facebook. Here are exactly some of those like tips and tricks that are going to help you maybe improve those photo quality, but also don't put the pressure on yourself to be so perfect. Also, Instagram right now, like any Instagram training, Instagram guru that you listen to, it's also going back towards the more real and raw. So I am focusing less on, you still need, like, you gotta have good lighting. Like people need to be able to see you, right? But it doesn't need to be so perfect. So I'm telling my coaches right now, you need to focus less on perfection and more on value added, which is where like I started my business on my Facebook like page, was like, how much free can I give every single day? And also, even more important than your feed coming in 2020 is like IGTV. And again, adding value. So to me, I would rather have them practicing public speaking, going live, giving value, getting comfortable there, than like worrying about the perfect photo right now. Like that's my bigger concern for them right now. I don't know if that helped at all, but.
Yeah. Would you say that's the biggest, and again, I know this is $1 million question, but from 3 years ago to last year, what do you think then made the difference? Did you step up your game? Did you just provide more value, or what do you think?
Yeah.
I know I'm digressing, but.
Yeah, no. So I had my big year, like my big jump was when we went from like struggling to hit 5-star elite. Like that year, our first year elite, I popped 1 new diamond, and then my spouse account. So those are like my 2, but legit like 1 new business builder. And one of my 5 diamonds was like, listen, I'll hold for you, but I'm stepping back from the business. Like and I was like, great. I'm so glad we're 5-star elite. And I feel like I failed this year. And the next year we went top 10 and ended number 9 in the company. So from like popping 1 diamond to top 10. So I did. A big thing was that year we struggled to hit elite. I was just freaking like building huge value over on, and it was my Facebook like page. But right now, that same thing is happening on, like I'm watching it happen on IGTV. So it was the year of like Facebook Live. I went live 5 times a week. 5 times a week, I went live. And this was also the era of like posting like 3 times a day. So I was like, well, whatever, it's easy. At least it's 1 post a day that like I don't have to take a picture of. But so I went live, and it was sometimes health and fitness, but a lot of it was like mom stuff. Like here's my review of my favorite stroller or whatever. But it was like that. And I talked a lot about sleep training because my kid he still doesn't sleep. My kid like never slept. So like it was value add for my avatar, not just like in my business. But I did that for like a freaking year. Also going live, people got to know me. So it was like, people fall in love with you and they fall in love with your family And for a year, I just showed up and I gave value and I formed relationships. Every single comment I responded to, every single message I responded to. I mean, anyone, and it wasn't inviting. It was literally like, just let's connect over mom life. And not that I didn't invite, but that was never where I was looking to end that conversation. So I did that for like a full year. And then my face would change, just kept growing and growing until it got to the point where I'd say, hey, here's an application to my challenge group, and I'd get applications, and I was able to hit Success Club. So that's how like my Success Club numbers really kind of grew quickly in terms of finding challengers. Now, after I ended that year, 5-star elite, I was like, okay, I was like, this financially, I'm not where I want to be. Like, I want to make a lot of money. like this was never like, that was me. I was like, I want to make a lot of money. I want this business to help us stop moving. I need to retire my husband. So to do that, I need to recruit more coaches. And so then the change that I made that year was I started running weekly sneak peeks. So I knew what I needed was business building coaches. And I knew the only way to find more business building coaches was to talk more about coaching. And I did weekly sneak peeks, and every week I opened a new Facebook group, and I did that to put the pressure on myself to fill it. I was like, well, if I'm gonna go live, like I gotta get people in there. So that was like my own way of like, I gotta fill this group. Like I gotta fill it. So, I mean, eventually I changed it to like one big group so I can continue hitting people. And now it's different. Now I have it like on a website with my videos recorded. But I don't need the pressure to invite every day because I do invite every day. So that to me was like, that was the shift. I needed that full year of full value to just get customers coming to me. And then freaking just putting the pressure on myself to talk about coaching all the time. And that's what got us to top 10. And then from there, the next year, it's really been like this last year was all about leaders and building leaders. So it was a little, every year shifts, right? And like how your business, but that first year that Rise to Top 10, all about coach recruiting. And the year before that was all about gaining customer trust to get that customer base.
Shalene asked a question there, sorry, as far as do you still do GSR one-on-one calls, or is that plug them? You probably don't have time.
Yeah, no. So I do every other Wednesday is a new coach call. So I have them watch, I'm like, make sure you watch this Getting Started Right call. And then, which I have like a real Getting Started Right call, but like I did slides and recorded, and that is up in our new coach group. I'm like, okay, watch this before you get on this call. And then it's just like an hour like Q&A, which really works. It's so much better for all of us because I have 10 to 12 new coaches on the new coach call, like small enough that everyone gets to ask questions, and like half of my new coaches don't even know what to ask, right? They're like, blah. So getting to hear questions from other people, like it's amazing. And then the other Wednesday, I do a push to diamond call. So it's like new coach call, push to diamond call, new coach call. So it's like as soon as you hit Emerald, now you move over to the push to diamond call. So those are like the Wednesday calls that they can hop on. What do you do if you have people interested in coaching but not ready to commit to buying anything? Yeah, so I do run the free. So if they're interested in coaching and not ready to commit to buying anything, like these are like two different questions to me because like that's just ridiculous. Like that's so silly. So they're like, oh, I want to coach. Like I want to be an influencer. I'm like, okay, awesome. And they're like, well, I don't want to buy anything. I'm like, okay, so I'm not really sure how you're going to sell something that you're not doing. And literally, I'm like, in my videos, I literally say to them, like, I started this business saying I won't be a salesperson and I don't want salespeople on my team. So if you're here just to push a product, like this isn't the team for you and you should find another one. And so I go back to those exact same words. Like, listen, like you don't want to purchase a challenge pack, then you at least need to get Beachbody on demand and you need to start freaking rocking, your workouts and your meal plan, even without Shakeology. And you got to start sharing that. So that's one thing I'm like, I know like Bonnie Ingold joined for $39.95 under Lindsay Matway. holy moly, if I could have a Bonnie Engel join for $39.95 under me, so I don't ever want to say like, I'm going to force someone, but that's what I tell them. I'm like, you could always sign up for $39.95. It's going to be very hard to build your business. So, I don't really have people do that, and then, yeah, so the free coaching group, it's so funny because I think people think this is like some big like secret or amazing thing. I'm actually we have a push group going, or I have a push to diamond group going. So a bunch of my leaders asked me to run another one. So these are like the Girl Boss apprenticeships. So I'm sorry, I just pulled up. We'll tell you guys exactly what's in them. So it is a 5-day group, Monday through Friday. Saturday, we do like a live Q&A if they have questions. Every day is run like a free group. I put up a Vimeo link I don't even make them like create an account. Here's a Vimeo link to like one of the workouts, and they have to like take their sweaty selfie and post it below, just like a free group. So we're just starting there. That's the first post. The second one is a live video for myself or my other top coaches. So I'm kicking off this group on Sunday, and I'm telling them kind of what to expect, mindset around the business. In this group, once they get in, it's running a Facebook group. I do have my website with the sneak peek videos. So they are expected to have already watched the sneak peek videos and like know what coaching is. This like free trial of coaching, this is not a sneak peek. And I see people do it and like they're doing it like a sneak peek, and that's fine. But like, again, I'm asking more of people who want to join me because I want them to join and like actually do something. So if you need to go watch the videos by yourself, like go watch the videos. If you can't do that, you can't build a big business. So on Sunday, tell them what to expect. And one of the big things I tell them is, listen, like you are going to do these workouts every day. You're going to take your photo and you're going to post it to social media. You're not a coach, so you can't sell anything, right? You can't be salesy. And if you don't feel comfortable taking a photo of your face right now or something like that, take a photo of your workout area and say, listen, I'm starting on my like a week-long fitness journey. Take a photo of your food one day. But I'm trying to get them posting to their feed and seeing, especially when people are like, okay, I'm starting a week-long fitness journey, they get so much support. So all of a sudden it goes from like, everyone's going to hate me posting to like, oh, wow, look at the support I'm getting from people. So Monday, we talk about sharing versus selling, and it's like a little video on that. And again, their challenge is to like post on their feed. Tuesday, we talk about expanding your network. So how do you add friends on Facebook and Instagram? So really, we're taking the objections and we're showing them how they're actually going to overcome it. So like, just go add 5 friends on Facebook, and we just talk them through how to do that. And then they have to go do that day. That's like their challenge. Wednesday, we talk about connecting with people. So they've posted Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, like anyone who's loved on your stuff, like just thank them. Again, you're not a coach. You can't be salesy. Just like go thank someone for their support on your journey. Like that's it. And it's amazing, right? They're just going to get love back. So like, we're just showing them like what an incredible community this is versus what a scary selling place this is. Thursday, daily deposits, like spreading the love. So, okay, another part of our job is to go love on other people. So some of those new people that you just added to your network, go to their profile and love on them, right? Like love on their page, tell them their kids are cute. We connect with people publicly. Again, just be a nice human being. Like that's it. And then Friday is kind of our vision party. And this is helping them to paint a vision of what their life could be. What could this do for you? So most recently, like this group, my coach, she had a baby a few weeks ago. She's going to go live. She retired from nursing. Her first baby, she was gone all the time. Second baby, she now is home. And so she's painting that vision of what this has done for her, but also what could it do for you? And then we're asking them like, what is your why? Why would you start this business? So we're kind of now trying to get them to dream big, see what this could do for them. And then again, Saturday is just hopping on live. So it's like super simple. Again, we have them introduce themselves. That post went up today, Saturday. Tomorrow I just go in, and then that's it. It's just having them try a few of the things that we do without feeling like those salespeople. Sorry, I'm looking at, did that explain it? I'm looking at these other questions. Okay, good. Do you do free groups? So I don't do a lot of free groups anymore, but I encourage all my coaches to do free groups. So my coach, I was just talking, my 2-time elite coach, she does not actually publicly invite to any challenge groups or really privately. And she's 2-time elite. She's 7-star. She runs incredible free groups, free value, and like they love it. And then she converts into challengers. I have a girl last year. She's a 2-star premier. She just started last January, just had her 1 year. In 1 year, went 2-star premier, no controlled accounts, diamond, 2 legitimate business builders. And she does the same thing, all free groups and converts. What I will say about that, because that sounds like the easy way out a lot of times to me. I get a lot of coaches like, it's scary to invite. I'm just going to run free groups. The amount of time and energy they spend in those groups is crazy. Like, I do not find joy in doing that. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't, but they do. They are in there live every day. They are literally voice messaging every single person every single day. Hey, just checking in. How are you? Where are you struggling? Like, how's life? And then when they say, like, my kid was sick, oh, I totally get it. And they're like, woo, it is so much energy. And that's not where I want spending my energy. Yeah.
So are they still and they're still running a challenge group on the side of that as well?
Exactly. So they convert them from free group into paid challenge group. And they're like, listen, you're going to get continued support and now more, whatever workouts and all that.
So that's kind of my question. That's kind of my question is how, if you're providing that much support in a free group, what's the benefit of joining a challenge group? Or is it like only in that week period or that 5-day period that they're like going crazy?
Only in that 5-day period. After that, if you want to continue that relationship and you want to continue receiving support from them as a coach, then you're going to join a free group or a challenge group. And also those, and the free groups are like only part of the solution. So the free group will either be only workout or only nutrition. And so then they sell, listen, let's get you the full solution. So that's, and again, you want to continue. So those free groups end and like, that's it. And now they feel like they've like lost their new best friend. They're like, oh my gosh, like, no, like I need you in my life. You're my positive, So I love free groups. I think they're amazing. I think they're hard to convert unless you really put in the time. So should I do more free groups? Yes, I should. Have I found amazing customers and coaches? Yes, but they're not like my joy place. So,
I know you got to go, probably. This is normally we do this.
Sorry, guys.
No, I said half an hour and I know you got to go, but is there one last burning question that anybody wants to leave this with?
I love these. I have so much fun.
I could do Q&A all day long. They're my favorite, but.
Yeah, it's the best.
I have a question, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
Go big.
Okay, so I feel like this comes up often within chats and within groups, and even with new coaches. I find it very hard to invite somebody and tell them they'll be a really, really great coach and I really want them to be on my team. And before we do that, you have to fill out this application form. I find that transition of like how you gather their information and you get their goals going from, I want you to be on my team, but before we can actually do that, I need you to fill out this application form. And then even from there, I find they get really dependent on me because I've recruited this person. And so I guess it's kind of like a 2-part question of like, how do you transition them from recruiting them into them kind of being the CEO within their own business, but really giving you all that information that they need, because I feel like they're still really hesitant at that point and they still kind of have their guard up. So how do you get that down and that just that transition into like, okay, here's the community aspect of things. Like I've gathered all the details. How do you really handle that transition?
So I think one important word that you used was application. And so again, semantics, and it is feel. It's how do they feel when you're talking to them? Do they feel something? But so like you're saying, oh, I like recruited you and I'm loving on you, and oh, I think you're going to be amazing. Now fill out this application. Okay, so don't call it an application, right? But like, I am so excited to work with you. I want to make sure that I have everything set up for you when you join this team. Can you fill out this form so we can chat a little bit more about your goals? So it's not an application to join my team unless you want it to be. So I'm doing this other group and I'm literally like only taking 10 coaches, and I'm like, you must fill out an application to even be considered for this group. That is very different than saying, I cannot wait for you to join this team. Let's chat about your goals. Can you give them to me all here so I can get you all ready, right? So like, that's just semantics. And again, I think sometimes in our head, we get this block. So you're not asking them to fill an application, you're asking them for how you're going to help them hit their goals. And first you need to know their goals. So I think that's the first thing. And then, okay, then you're saying, okay, so they signed up as a coach. Now, how do you make them feel like part of the community?
I feel like they get very dependent on me because it's been one-on-one up to this point, and now it's really making them a part of the community because they want one-on-one calls. They don't want to be a part of a weekly new coach call. They want my time, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. And that has been a transition. And it's also been a mental transition because I feel like we owe them everything, right? Like, I did promise you that I would give you everything. So like, I owe you time, right? And that was like a big thing. And I had this guilt around it. If I didn't give someone all my time, then I'm letting them down. So the first thing that I did was become extremely confident in my systems. So you need to be like, listen, my new coach training is like the freaking best out there. So like, you're not missing, there's nothing that I am not providing you. Like, my new coach training is amazing. We have I have 3 different times a week that you can get on live with me and ask me questions. I don't know any other coaches who are spending the amount of hours live with their team that I am. Confident in that. So I have no guilt around saying, let's get on a group call. I also wholeheartedly believe that getting on a group call with other new coaches is better for your business. It is better for your business to not just hear from me and let me answer the few questions you have, but to become part of that community, to help you find your success partner, to help you hear other questions and learn from other new coaches. So when people say, hey, because I still get people who are like, okay, like, I'm really, really struggling now. Can I get a one-on-one call? And so the first thing that I do, and I used to be afraid of this too, was I asked them to fill out a tracker. I was like, gosh, that's so cold. Like, that's so cold. But again, that was my mindset. So I say, listen, can you fill out this tracker for the next week? I want to make sure that I know the actions you're taking and where those gaps are that I can help you fill it in. Without this, like, we're just going to be talking in circles, and I want to utilize both of our times the best. The majority of the time, they won't fill out the tracker, so they don't get a one-on-one call. And that protects my time and theirs. Okay? The other thing I think, remember, like, for me, it's like, I'm a mom, and so time that I take with coaches is time away from my children. And it's just like very clear to me that way. So my coaches need to earn my time because it's my children or my business. And my coaches also know that. And I use that to also tell them why I want to respect their time, right? Like, I want to make sure that we get on a call and we have all of our talking points and we know exactly what we're going to, discuss so that I can best utilize your time. So I also make sure to turn it around so that they know why they would want to do it. And again, I think a big part of it is it's just communicating. Like, I want a one-on-one call. Okay, let's do the tracker, get all the info. And if they do that, if I have a coach who will do the actions for a full week, then we can get on a call. But most don't. So I'm trying to think what other part of the question I'm missing. I know there's another part. I got on tangent.
No, that was actually great.
Okay.
I think it really helped, and I think for sure it is a mindset shift. And because, and this is, I'm going into my second year now of coaching, and I think it's true for a lot of people on this call as well. When you are in your first year of coaching, you have that time, so you give it. And now it's like you've almost set that precedent in your mind of what you should do as a coach. And so it's that transition of, well, I can't give that much time if I want to be a top coach, or if I want to be a 5-star, like I can't give that time. So that helps. Thank you.
Yes, totally. And I also, the other shift in terms of like time and mindset, because I was like pouring in my team, like I need you guys to be diamonds, right? Was like from, I'm going to pull every diamond I can out of everyone, even if maybe they're going to be shaky and then lose it later, but it'll help me get to elite, to, I know I've got the resources to make them top coaches. So what I need to spend my time on is recruiting and finding the coaches who want to use the resources, who will then become top coaches. Like my job, my first year and my job now is to find those people that I can give the resources to, and they will run with it. And you guys are on a top team. You have the confidence that they have every resource necessary to be a top coach. You just need to find the people who are going to do it. And that was a big mindset shift for me too. And again, you need to look at your schedule and be like, I'm at the point where I feel like I have a system, like, yes, I am giving people enough time. If we need one-on-ones, they're there. But like, you can never focus more on your team than you do on your own business. It always needs to be like that 80-20. And I will say, as your business scales, like I've put systems in place that allow me, like automated emails and that kind of stuff, right? That allow me to do a lot of that behind the scenes so I can spend more time with my coaches. But if we looked at like the number of emails and connecting and all of that that's happening, that is still much higher than, what I would be spending mentoring.
Thanks so much. Those last nuggets were awesome. And I know I love seeing Shalene in that transition phase from when you're just starting, and how everything, your focus does have to change and every year. And it's funny, I think of Rachel too, how you've kind of transitioned away, and you had that guilt as well as, oh my God, I've got to help everybody. So thanks, Holly. We'll let you go. You're not going to New Leaders to support. No. Okay.
No.
I was going to say, if you guys see her, go up and say thanks, but thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I guess we'll see you at Summit or Leadership.
At Summit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Holly.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.